NICOR offers distributors and contractors the quickest online lighting application to estimate and lay out fixtures needed for your project. The tool uses 8 intuitive drop-down menus to step you through the selection of a luminaire, space geometry, room reflectances and specification requirements for foot candles, and the number of fixtures for square foot power density. The final report displays total fixtures required and average foot candles achieved, along with column and row spacing for final installation. The completed layout can be edited to include project information and designer name before choosing the option to print or email. Let's take a look. The first step is to select a fixture for calculation. The library includes all NICOR T8 and T5 high bay categories, architectural, CFL downlighting products, and our new T2 LED 2x2 grid troffers. You would also enter in the fixture lamp loss depreciation factor. Fixtures get dirty even in clean environments. Lamps lose lumens over time as they age. In a relatively clean space, estimating depreciation of light loss by 10%, 0.90 is conservative. In dirty industrial manufacturing spaces, adjust this factor appropriately. Next, we're going to enter the dimensions of the space. You click on the Geometry tab here. The Flash tool calculates simple rectangular geometry with flat ceilings. Complete the windows for length, width, and height appropriately. The work plane height is set at a default of 2.5 feet, which happens to be the Illumination Engineering Society standard for commercial spaces. You may change that setting for calculating foot candles at floor level, like for a gymnasium. The suspension length, this value is the height that the luminaire will be suspended from the ceiling plane, not the height above the floor. Next is reflectance. In this step, the Flash tool will calculate the effect of reflectances on the ceiling, walls, and floors. The setting default is 80% ceiling, 50% walls, 20% floors, a typical office space. It's accurate for calculations using NICOR CFL architectural downlighting products. For warehouse and other industrial spaces, we'll recommend these settings. Clean, 70, 30, and 10, respectively. Light industrial, 50, 30, and 10, respectively. Heavy industrial, 0, 30, and 10, respectively. Fourth step is specify. Here you will enter a value for required foot candles or number of luminaires, i.e. when retrofitting existing fixtures like a metal halide high bay to T5 illuminators 1-for-1. Some project estimates for government work require a lumen power density calculation expressed in total watts allowed per square foot. That calculation is accomplished very easily with the Flash tool. Our fifth step is layout. The project layout dimensions for installation are given at this step, such as this is what the contractor needs to know to ensure proper spacing of the luminaires along the X and Y axis, such as numbers and columns with unit spacing measurements for each. Our sixth step is luminaire specifics. Fixture details are provided here. Catalog number along with the number of lamps, the lumens per lamp, and total watts. Lamp lumens may change when using energy-saving T8s, higher lumen T8s, and T5s. Be sure to consult your lamp catalog to load the proper maintained lumens for the specified lamp. The fixture rendering can be rotated 90 degrees for proper orientation and calculating. Step 7 is on our units drop down here. Measurements are given in feet or foot candles, meters, you can change it to meters. And then in luminance, it's foot candles, and you can change it to lux. Your eighth and final step in the whole process would be under output. You'll select Print Preview to see the completed report with calculation details and the space layout. The fields at the top can be edited to populate details of the project and who you're preparing it for, who it was prepared by. You can also select Send Email to send the report directly to your customer. Note at the bottom here, the window here displays the current detail of the calculations. This information changes as you modify the information in the previous 8 steps. And you can also change the view of your layout to a top-down, a side view, and back to the 3D view. So now that we've got an overview of how the Flash tool works, let's go ahead and do a sample project using the tool. We're going to assume a light industrial space measuring 100 by 70 by 25. Our luminaires have a 23-foot mounting height, and we're requiring a 50-foot candles recommended for this warehouse/shipping building that we're going to put together here. So our step 1, we're going to go to luminaire. And in this instance, we're going to use one of the NICOR catalog number 20547, which is our 6-lamp, 54-watt T5HO illuminator high bay. And we'll just scroll down, 20547. Go ahead and select that. Our light loss factor, we're going to set that at 10% or 0.90. Next, we're going to move on to geometry. And we're going to enter our room dimensions. And we decided we're going to set those at 100 by 70 by 25. Our work plane height, we're going to go ahead and calculate it at the default of 2.5. We do want to change our suspension to 2 feet. Next, we're going to move on to reflectance. And we want to change the reflectance settings to 50% for the ceiling, 30% walls, and 10% floors. Do note that as we are entering in these details, you're seeing some of the information changing as we go along. Step 4, we're going to enter required foot candles here. We're going to change it from the default of 40 to 50. And under the desired average illuminance is the here, we want to change the minimum allowable to target. The foot candles now read 48 with a fixture count of 20. In this theoretical calculation, 48 foot candles is acceptable, requiring 4 fewer fixtures. Our next step here, we're going to go on to layout. And we're going to see that it indicates we'll have 4 rows, 5 columns. So we'll have our 20 illuminators. And then it also gives us our wall spacing and measurements are already provided here for us as well. Moving on to luminaire. We're going to change the lumens value for the 54-watt T5 lamp to 5,000 for the illuminator. The initial lumens was in a Philips lighting catalog for a F54 T5HO 41K. And you'll see that our average luminance indicated increases to 54 foot candles down here. Click here on units. We're just going to leave those at the default of feet and foot candles. And then we're going to go into output, select print preview. We can enter whatever title that we want to put here, any type of the description that we need to put in there, who we prepared this for, and who it was prepared by. And we still have the ability to change our views in this report, and so will your customers. We'll leave that at the 3D. You can scroll down, you can review all the information just to see how that looks to you. Here again is your results, your average luminance, your number of luminaries, all that kind of good stuff. The layout, spacing, wall spacing, all that information is provided here. And then we can go ahead and we'll just print this, and we can fax it or email it over, print it and save it as a PDF, email it, or we could just go ahead and email it directly. As always, if you have any questions or need further assistance with this tool or any other products or services that we provide at NICOR, please don't hesitate to give us a call, 800-821-6283. Take care.